Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be taking another look at XRP, see what's been going on most recently with the price action here and what I think might actually happen next. Now as I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button, I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below, fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. So why not go ahead and check it out? I don't think you'll be disappointed. Right, let's jump right down into what is going on here with XRP. So yesterday we were taking a look at this. It looked like it could go in either direction, and we finally got clarity on that, which is fantastic to see. So this now opens us up back into the market to know exactly what's going on. So yesterday we could see that there was a potential scenario here where it could go in either direction. We could have gone down to 73 cent, or we could have gone up towards 80 cent. Okay, so we actually went up towards the 80 cent, but we found heavy resistance right there on the 786. So that actually does complete the wave count. So I'm going to just tidy this up a little bit. We'll remove the ones that are no longer valid, and we're just going to lower this C wave down into its range just here. Okay, cool. So we have a pretty good run to the upside with this C wave. And that basically completes the move. Now, in here, you can also see that there's an ABC. So we have A up, B comes down, C wave goes up. Okay, 1-to-1 ratio, relatively close to it. Same with this move just over here, right? So we have the wipeout, then we continue the motion to the upside. Now I'm just going to remove some of the noise so we don't have too much clutter, and we can remove the fib there. So basically we have a pretty good move up. Then what happens is we have an ABC, and this ABC move is potentially still in play a little bit. But basically we have a small kind of corrective pattern right there, which is fantastic to see, because it means that we are going to start to see another move up. Okay, now it could be small, it could be large, no one knows what that's going to look like just yet. And if we start thinking about where these resistance levels are going to be, then we might start thinking about maybe 80.5, things like that. And from the current position, it's not a huge percentage gain on that kind of swing, maybe 2.2, something like that. So we'll watch out and see if it grows much higher or not. So we have a stochastic RSI here, the momentum behind the price is correcting as we're having this corrective move right now. And that's kind of really good. It's good to see that price momentum get wiped out without doing too much price damage. And we aren't oversold yet, so I do expect a little bit more volatility before we push on up. Now, when we get into the 4-hourly chart, we can see that we're heavily overbought. So we are going to be expecting some kind of corrective action to happen here on that medium time frame. And then the same can be said, I think, for the 8-hourly. We've got a little bit more room to grow, and then we're going to look for some kind of corrective pattern, and the same on our daily. So basically, other than the 4-hourly chart, everything's actually looking like it's going to be moving on up, so we should see that push upwards, and then we should start to see some kind of alignment between the charts, with that momentum indicating that we should be looking for corrective patterns, and we should be thinking about, corrective opportunities. So, buying up any potential dips that scenarios that do present themselves, ready for the next move upwards, right? And obviously timing on that's going to be critical. So right now we are thinking that XRP is likely to move up, but I don't have any clear targets as to where that is going. There is resistance obviously at 80 cent here, and there is a hopeful, I guess, at 85% or whatever, if we kind of create a double top there. We're not expecting anything too major at this point, but there should be something in it that sees this thing move quite nicely. Obviously, here we have the dismissal of the fair notice, I guess the denial of the dismissal of the fair notice defense move up, a pull back down. We were actually looking at this a little bit deeper. It didn't actually come in. We finished that at approximately there. ABC again. So it's very, very corrective, and now we're starting that move upwards there. So nothing to really worry about that. Now on the weekly chart, however, we are still thinking about corrective patterns. We are heavily we're moving quite closely here to the overbought area, right? So on this chart, we should be thinking about pulling back down, right? We have this scoped out at 48.8. I don't think it's necessarily going to go that low, and we can kind of be a little bit smarter about it, right? Depending on how high we go next, we could potentially take this fib, take it over to its high point just here, and this would actually say 57.7. Okay, maybe we'll just create a double bottom right down at this low point here with some kind of corrective move. But a double bottom would be a pretty good scenario. So that would take us to approximately 55 cents, something like that. Okay, I think this is an extreme version, but it is possible that we go for that level of 48.8. So there is some kind of corrective pattern here on our larger time frames that will be basically saying that we need to have a correction. Alternatively, this particular count, it doesn't necessarily have to play out like this, but I think it's probable that it will. We either go for a double bottom here or we bounce from this line at 51 cent. But there's definitely going to be something here happening for XRP, some opportunities in my opinion, as we look to lower that stochastic RSI on the weekly chart in order to allow us to continue to grow, right? And growth is what is on our minds, but obviously there are limitations to that. So as we come up into our daily, we can see that we're getting coiled up into this triangular wedge, and ultimately there's a move potentially up towards that dollar level, but we might have to pull back first, so we'll just have to be a little bit cautious on that. And there's no guarantee that we'll actually go ahead and hit this level anyway, so we should be open to the idea of retesting this lower trend line, which I do think is going to be something that is very, very probable. It's going to happen at some point. We're going to have to test this low point. I mean, the good news is it doesn't go down as low as 48.8, so this is where we really are thinking about 55 cent and really testing that low point there and retest the kind of trend line, and then hopefully get that catalyst. As of course time progresses here, specifically with the Ripple and SEC lawsuit, we're getting tighter and tighter and tighter into this little triangular wedge here, coiling up for a big move to the upside. So we just need to see a little bit more corrective action. We need to see the momentum behind the price, get kind of corrected on that stochastic RSI, and then get ready for a huge swing to the upside once that lawsuit comes to conclusion. Win, lose, draw, settle. I don't think it generally matters too much as long as there's clarity that is provided at the end, which ultimately I think is the end game here. Ultimately, we need to know, what the clarity is for XRP so that people can actually, continue under the right guidance of the law, right? So it's going to be an interesting one to see how that plays out, and once that does come in, I think we are going to see some fantastic run here on XRP. So do expect some short-term volatility. I expect to push up on the smallest time frame. I expect some kind of medium-term pullback, and then I expect some kind of explosive move upwards as we kind of get into the long-term thinking at the end of that lawsuit. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found it useful and informative, then do hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.